Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Marcus and today we're playing more Satisfactory. So let's get started. Okay, so last episode we actually went over to the coast over there and used the oil nodes there to set up a token automation of plastic and rubber, as well as packaged fuel. Now we actually started running into a couple issues, namely that the next sort of things we need to do is going to involve like producing computers and crystal oscillators, heavy modular frames, like limiter circuit boards. Ultimately, we require quite a lot of resources and also quite a lot of space to set up and things. So that's that. And also continuing that production line to fully automate both rubber and plastic, I need more alternate recipes because there are a couple of ones I sort of really want to use. Like I can't remember what the specific ones are. Basically, just turns like polymer resin into like plastic and stuff. So the plan is going to be today is I'm going to start by doing a hard drive as well as power slug hunt, because we're currently on the hard drives and we got 4 of them, but that's not really enough. I will actually begin though just scanning them. I'm just going to bring the MAM with me basically. So scanning it. And then when that's done, I'm going to start getting a token automation of some of these things, specifically computers, because we need actually computers for like this stuff, and I think also like trains just require them like themselves, and probably these things as well. A couple of things. Probably I should also get modular frames because I think also trains require that as well. So that's that, and it would also be nice to like get an alternate computer recipe that maybe I could use instead, which could maybe go around actually setting up an actual production of it. We'll have to see though. So I'm going to do that, just set up as much of that as possible, and I will do most of that off camera though. And yeah, and then we'll just sort of see what happens. Hopefully I'll get all the recipes I need, and we'll go back to the oil land to set up some stuff there. So let's actually go and get started. Although I would actually like to, yeah. So in here, there's this thing here. Radio signal scanning. I'm pretty sure this is for scanning hard drives because I can't actually scan for hard drives. So let's actually do that. To do that though, I need to set up a assembler, I think it is. For making. It is not assembler, it is manufacturer stuff. And there we go. Let's start producing crystal oscillators. So interesting actually, the manufacturers actually require heavy modular frames to produce. But the thing is though, like, to produce heavy modular frames, they can only be produced in the manufacturer. Interesting. Okay. When I still so begin just doing this, I suppose we could probably just power shard out. Yeah, let's just go and power shard it. Get at least a little bit quicker production. Please don't blow the power grid. 55 megawatts. We'll be fine for a little bit. Oh, okay. Well, we still have more capacity. Oh, let me get this to it. Okay. Automated space warping. I don't care. Stitch on plate. It's interesting. Insulated cable. Probably not. Probably just use that. Okay. Exciting. But look at this. 30 batteries. Holy. We found another 40 as well. And we found another 40. Okay, this is starting to be a little bit better than expected. Bunch of circuit boards, AL limiters, right? I think we found like 50 computers too. A whole bunch of hard drives and a bunch of slugs. Okay, so that was quite a journey. Ended up pretty much going around a decent portion of the map. So started up here, went around the red forest, went all the way down this desert there, and then back. Managed to get a whole bunch of stuff. So we're actually left with 7 hard drives, and that's after probably spending about 10 maybe to get alternate space. I'm not quite sure. And we got a whole bunch of power slugs. That's quite nice. We also got 70 batteries as well, which is interesting because that's a part that's very far into the future. So yeah, we'll take a look and see what we can do. Okay, also got some recipes as well. I'm not really quite sure what to choose here. Like, I don't really think I want to do this computer thing, because quick wire is a thing. I don't care about this because I don't think we really need like more of these, and also, well, we do, but like, what's the point really? So I guess we'll just take the encased frame. I am tempted to just continue scanning actually. Yeah, let's just continue scanning. I have gotten, I haven't done like the full tally, but I think I've gotten most of the ones I need. So it's, for example, like, so plastic now we have the, so like we have the standard recipe, we also have the alternate, which I think you start with. We have this one as well, which is, yeah, just fuel and rubber. Do we not have access to the recycled yet? Okay, so polymer resin comes from crude oil. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just run for the numbers. I did actually realize that I think maybe some of them are actually built in a blender. Well, actually, I think you can I think you can still package them actually. So I'm gonna have to just look into like the actual recipes and figure out what is we need and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, how many power shards can we make? 86? Neat. Yeah, it's another 86 power shards. I think I have like another 49 in here. Do I have any back at the oil place? I suppose I don't. Okay. Nice. I'm gonna probably start using a bunch of those, so we'll see that. Now, let's actually go and fetch a whole bunch of copper sheets. No particular reason. Oh no, so I actually found out that this happened. Annoying. I guess actually those like rocks are just literally got reset when I actually up it to experimental, so I guess that like didn't properly save or something? Actually not for sure. Anyways though, I did this. Built a... yeah, it's a gray box. I'm gonna have to take a little look into that, maybe see if I can't have it not be a grey box. Is there anything there? No, okay. But, I mean, for now at least, it is what it is. So, this is my plan for producing circuit boards. And a whole bunch of it as well. So, there's actually 27 assemblers there. And, yeah, so this is the first proper manufacturing line I've built so far in the series. Everything else is temporary, sort of, and is subject to be dismantled. This, though, will not. At least that's the plan. Yeah, so I actually want to say it turned out pretty good, actually. The only exception is the power. I would love to see actually daisy chaining power lines for machines, but we don't have that yet, so we gotta do this. It's just like, it doesn't really like work out too well with like math and stuff. Like these things still have extra stuff, so it's kind of like, you know what to do at the end. Like I need to have like one which is literally just connected to, like this one right here is literally just connected to one machine. You know, like that one could just like, yeah. I don't know, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. You can't put, as far as I can tell, no. Those are only on volts. There's no like power, like through floor power volts. Whatever. Now, actually, this little thing here though, so basically, all the belt work is done on the floor beneath here. And the flow just comes through these conveyor lifts, which goes through the floor. And they do have the like conveyor lift floor holes as well. So you do actually have to put those first down and then just like connect the actual conveyor lift to them. So yeah, I would say it looks pretty cool, looks pretty clean. Makes sense it. I did consider maybe flipping these around like to the merging of the outputs on top of here, but after looking at how cool these ones look, I decided to just do it like this instead. So yeah, so all of the belt work is done on the floor beneath there, and it's a little bit messy, but I just don't know if there's any like better way of doing it. So these are the outputs. They just basically go on here and connect up here. There's not actually a belt underneath here, which is actually important. They do actually connect up to them. So these are basically conveyor belts, so they will connect to like inputs and outputs. Also important to place the actual splitters first, or mergers first, and then these ones though. So that's that, so you can see they do actually work, and they also connect up to the top as well. And then we just got like the splitters and stuff hanging here. These are technically hanging in like the roof, or like in the air. Just in the air basically, they're not actually touching anything. There's so much structural stuff here, it should be fine. Plus like, they're kind of on top of these. So that is that. Got all three rows there. And yeah, so turned out pretty good. This wasn't too difficult actually making. Once I sort of got to the flow of doing this, it wasn't actually that bad. So let's actually go and take a look and see if it actually works, because that's kind of important, I suppose. Yeah, so there's a basic flow here. For now, I'm just gonna manually put the inputs. I don't actually like, well, first just because I don't need a lot of this stuff just yet, and also because one of the ingredients is plastic, which of course we haven't built yet, and we also do somewhat train it over. And also the copper sheets as well, which you also need, are also not something we currently are making. So let's actually just go into this. Let's like split this somewhat in three, I suppose. It works, I suppose. So supplying this is something we're gonna have to like actually do a little bit of considerations on. So So all of them should now turn on. We are of course using the overflow method, so it's gonna be rough to begin with, I suppose. Especially given it's stacked to 200. Actually, we might... Right, we have actually not enough even like stuff to fill this all. Okay. Yeah, so that's circuit boards automated now. We should have some in here, I would think. Oh, there's the first one. First fully automatic circuit board produced. Cool. Now we should see like a bunch more. Neat. Oh, did I mess this up something? Right. Oh. Right, also actually the entire factory is actually concrete, so I will most likely be building exclusively with concrete. Powerful, so the easiest way to do that, you just place down regular foundation stuff and then you just go to customizer and materials and then choose the counter foundation and concrete walls. Also, neatly. These things like fit perfectly here. It's kind of interesting. There. Nice. That's already quite a lot. So what about the math and the ratios here? So this is where the sort of problem actually starts rising, because I realized that like building a proper factory like this, I don't really know how many circuit boards we actually need going forward. In terms of what they're used for, it's not necessarily that much, but they are used in like large quantities. So it's going to be computers, high-speed connectors, and I think like some of the like more advanced parts as well. As well as things like train signals and stuff like that. So I don't really know like how many we need. And the thing is, for computers, like they need 10 per. So if I produce 100 of these per minute, that is only 10 computers per minute. And computers are also needed for signaling and like trains and other stuff like that. So like that alone, and of course those supercomputers and stuff like that. So we actually need probably quite a lot. So yeah, so what I basically decided to do now is just set a number that sounds reasonably high without using too much resources. And then like we may have to double this later or something, we'll see, but yeah. So the numbers I set on is right now, this thing is capable of producing 200 circuit boards per minute. Although I'm not really sure if the belts can handle that. Especially with the feeding to it. Actually they probably can't, because that's like what, 70 per, and that's actually should just be fine actually with plastic. Yeah. However, this of course can be overclocked to 250%, giving us 500 circuit boards per minute. Because again, like 200 is only like 20 computers per minute, so that's basically nothing, and like none of the other stuff. So that's the thing. Now at 500 per minute, it's going to use 1,000 copper sheets per minute and 2,000 plastic per minute, which are some sketchy ratios or numbers in itself. I did end up using the standard recipe. There's an alternative I already have, which uses silica, and there is, I think there's two other ones. One uses quick wire. It's for that, and then a bunch more like plastic and stuff. I didn't look at them too much though. Oh, this is actually a lot more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't want to use silica though, because quartz is a limited resource, but quick wire we could consider, I suppose. But yeah. Now, how do we actually feed this factory with resources is another question, to be honest though. It only requires plastic and copper, so it's not necessarily too difficult. Now, of course, we aren't currently producing plastic, but that's fine. We have to, of course, produce and then train it over. The copper might be a little bit interesting though, because we do need 2,000, or sorry, 1,000 per minute, which isn't necessarily that much. And we do have 2 impure nodes over here, so that is... So for some reason the AI is really messed up, I feel. I don't know. Can you go away? Stupid insect on my monitor. Yeah, it's like there's those 2, which I think will produce 600 copper ore per minute with a Mark III fully overclocked miner. And like 600 per minute turns into 1,500 ingots per minute. And then 1,500 ingots turns into, like with this recipe, 1,500 copper sheets. So we do have enough copper sheets and even some left over from these 2 nodes. But we do have to like purify it then. Use the pure recipes. Oops. There is a livable lake up here. Just over here. It is quite small. I did like a little bit of mapping out, and it seems like I can probably fit around 7 water extractors here. So like... I can't afford that, but it's like 1 here, 1 here, then like another 2, and then like 1 here, and I think maybe 1 there. So at least like 7, maybe 8 or even 9 of them. And like, it turns, like I was a little bit wondering, all the monkey buttons, like how much water do we actually need? And it turns out not a lot, like it's just like nearly 1-to-1, so that's a 600 pipe, actually like even less than what, 200 or 300, 450 pipe? And of course we don't need all the copper either, so it's probably just like 400 water. So that's just like 1.5 extractors. And I hear we need another like 1,000. So it's only like 5 extractors we need to actually do that. So I am fairly tempted to do that, given that like we have literally the stuff next door. It makes a lot of sense. We have a little bit of like, well, just a bit of space right here to sort of build that production line, I suppose. And then we have 2 impure nodes here, and is this like... Is this 5 impure nodes? 6 impure nodes? Yeah, that's okay. So like we have tons of iron there if I ever need that, although it's all impure, so... Yeah. I don't know. One point I'm actually considering just like do a little bit of off-camera work, just harvest all the resources in this biome. And that, if I can do something like that, I'm actually considering up at the cabin. I need to ask the question, what do I actually want to do with all the resources? Because like, the iron, we could technically like take some of these iron nodes and like feed them over to the copper node, and then just turn like the copper node itself with the like copper alloy recipe into copper instead of just like purifying it, and then just like use the water on the K-term instead, I suppose. That gives you less copper ingots per copper ore, but like, firstly, it doesn't require water, and secondly, it is significantly faster. Like the actual, I think I got the recipe. This is like 37.5 per minute in a refinery. This is 100 per minute in a foundry. So it's like quarter of the space and like 3 times as fast. So it's like, what, 12 times as good? Plus less water consuming, so... It's definitely interesting, but yeah. I think we probably do have... Or that's gonna be a 780 belt, though. I also did pick up Yeah, there's a recipes. I think okay, I didn't get this, but I did get the pure iron one as well. Probably further up. Is this sort of okay? Well, like tech. Yes, they also get the pure iron. 7 to 4 to 13. 6 for 15. It is actually different. Oh, interesting. I did not realize that. Yeah. Right. I got the alternate quick wire. That's what I did. Where is quick wire? Yeah, I got the fuse quick wire. Okay, it doesn't tell you like the name. Interesting. So this is gonna be the one we're gonna use like everywhere. I'm going to like take all the Caterium or purify it with the water recipe because that's the best use of Caterium ingot or ore. And combine it with like copper to get the most quick wire possible. But again, what I'm actually wondering is like, should I do that here? Because that's another like potential use of these two copper nodes. Like I could technically ship them and combine them with that to make hello. Also enemies respawn, by the way, which is annoying. I could like merge those two with that to produce a quickfire, but it's like, should I produce quickfire here? I guess more specifically over there where we have like some purifying stuff. Or do I want to like ferry all the Caterium ingots to a centralized location and then like produce it there? I don't know. If I do ultimately go with the like idea of building basically everything in this biome, I will probably have one massive place to produce quickwire, I think. So yeah. Anyways, though, what should we do now? Does that work? Yeah, okay. What I think we should do, so I'm just gonna I think run like the numbers and see actually if I have all the recipes we need for yeah, for some reason it doesn't. Yeah, pure quartz crystals, another one we can use for that. Cool. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna research a bunch of other stuff instead. So let's go and get these smart splitters. Let's get the high-speed connectors.
New building unlocked.
Okay, can't really get anything other here, I suppose. Oh, that's when you, okay, that's quite late. Is it like useless at that time? I mean, supercomputers, at that point you get nuclear. Okay. Okay, synthetic polymer fabric. And then we'll get the radio signal scanning. That's quite a lot of heavy modular frames. I'm actually not putting it out. I don't think I really need a spare. Okay. And I guess then we'll just go and do hardware after that. We may get something interesting, I suppose. Okay. Then, is there anything in here we can get? So there's something we really need. Like, we could... Oh, that's actually... Okay. Oh... Limestone. Or... I'm gonna run those numbers, I think. Pipeline... So, like, we have the computers, or we don't have enough, like, 150, but I guess it can be just milled some more. That's not really a problem. It's kind of this problem. So, yeah. Again, we don't really need like this right now. I'm not necessarily need to rush this, but yeah, we should at least get it, I suppose. Well, I want these two things automated because electric motors, or like motors and the freight cars. I think actually like these three things will require them. So yeah, okay. So that's basically that. The crystal oscillators, we got token amount of those now, which is nice. Print 4 to 6 in fact. Still speaking along with that. Okay. Anyways though, what I'm actually going to do now is I'm just going to take a look at like what kind of recipes we have and like what we need going forward and stuff. I noticed that AI limiters are just quick-wire and copper sheet. I don't think we need that many of them. It is 5 of those though. Well, I guess we don't really have quick-wire nearby. I was thinking like we could build over there as well because we literally have both resources nearby, but I guess we're not gonna have actually that many copper sheets. I don't know, we'll see. Again, of course, I did not actually power shard them yet. That's gonna happen like way later when we need that, so that will be fine. But I don't know. I may still just build it there, given that we're gonna have a surplus of both quick wire and copper sheets. That should be relatively to just get like a factor up and running for that. This will be a little bit tricky, given we don't really have access to quartz just yet. We probably need trains for that, but we also don't need crystal slugs for anything, I think. So that means computers, and we do need extra cable. No, it is a decent amount. I guess we get a bunch of those. That's that. And then screws. I guess we could just literally turn on our like all those imprint nodes, maybe just into screws. Yeah, I know. And for the heavy modular frames, I'm kind of happy right now I didn't actually go and like automate them. Again, we got this automate right here. So it takes, given the ratios, it takes less, in the case of industrial beams, less steel pipes, takes more, actually, and also less modular frames, and it requires a lot more concrete. So this is going to be definitely the one we need, or we're going to go forward with. It's going to be like, that's 45 and 15 to 36 and 10, given that you get like 3 times the amount. And even 15 to like 8, so even almost half the like modular frames requirement. It's just that like we replace screws with concrete. So yeah. The one downside is we don't have a lot of neither encased industrial beams nor steel pipes left. I feel like we're making 6 of these, I think. Wait, is it even less? Six per minute. Okay, so we're making 18 of these, I think. That's what we're doing. Okay, so that's a decent amount. We can make like 5 then of these per minute. I think we have enough extra steel pipes for that. We have 3 constructors. So that's 60 per minute. Okay, so we can make basically like 5 of these per minute then. Okay, so I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go actually towards automating that next, because I'm not really sure if I can really get like even better designs and stuff for that. We got already the, like, we have the limestone there, we have iron, like we have spare iron ore as well. I think we even like can have an untapped node there, so we have enough resources to do that. Let's just go and actually like get those automated. And then I'm gonna take a look at computers, just see like what can we do with them. Should just start searching a little more. Yeah, what can I do with them? The wiki doesn't list all the alternates, which is kind of annoying, so I'm gonna have to just look a little bit into it. But this might be just the one we end up going with. I think all require circuit boards though, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah. Okay. Anyways though, that's gonna be it for today. So hope you liked the video. If you did, please leave a like. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and goodbye.